Namaskaram. Sadguna brings you learning Ganesha Pancharatna stotram, a stotram that had been composed by Sri Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya almost 1200 years ago. Pancharatna meaning 5 jewels. Each shloka in this stotram is referred to as a gem, a mani. This is composed in Hamsadhvani Raga. Few exercises swara patterns are made available in a separate video which can be accessed in the description of this video. Those who are not familiar with the raga can make use of that video to get yourself acquainted with the swaras and the raga. This video will cover the first shloka out of the 6 shlokas. The set of first 5 shlokas are in praise of Lord Ganesha, and the last shloka pertains to Phala Shruthi of singing this Pancharatnam every day. Before we begin, make sure you have a Shruthi app installed and played. While there are many apps available to configure Shruthi, the easiest one that beginners can proceed to use is Shruthi Box. On Android smartphones, you may install Shruthi Box and hit on the Shruthi you want to play. For this tutorial, we use Shruti A. There is also Dhvani Tanpura, which is pretty good, but it's not available on the latest Android OS currently. I hope it should be available at a later point of time. I hope you have configured Shruti and you started playing it. You should be listening to the Tanpura sound that runs in the background of this video. Sa pa sa pa sa. Repeat after me. Ga 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 pa re ga re sa. Sa sa ni pa sa sa re re re. We're going to look at how to understand the letters here. There are capital letters, small letters, letters with a dot below and a comma in the end. What are these? A small letter is one akshara kalam, meaning the smallest unit of time in music compositions. It can be considered as the time it takes to spell one akshara. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni without any dirgham. Okay? A capital letter denotes 2 akshara kalam. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, which is equivalent to sa, sa, re, ga, ga, ma, pa, pa. A comma denotes 1 akshara kalam. A semicolon denotes 2 akshara kalam. Let's look at swaras with dot above and dot below. Sa, re, ga, pa, ni. These swaras belong to madhyasthai. And then we have mandrasthai. Ni, pa, ga, pa, ni. The swaras which are below the madhyasthai shadjamam belong to mandrasthai, and they are denoted by a letter with a dot below. Sa, re, ga. All the letters above madhyasthai nishadam, which is tarasthai shadjamam, and the letters above belong to tarasthai, and they are denoted by a letter with a dot above. Now, if you see last 2 beats, one is showing re, re, and the other one is showing re. Both are 3 akshara columns of re. Why do we show it differently? Because of the sahityam. The sahityam that fills these notes here are sadhakam. This will give you a good idea on how to understand the notation in later slides. Just keep these things in mind when you look at the notation in the later slides. Let's go through the meaning of the stotram. Mudakaratta modakam sada vimukti sadhakam. Muda, with happiness, kara atta, holding in his hand, modakam, the one who is holding modaka with happiness. The happiness is not somewhere else, it's just right in his hand. Sada vimukti sadhakam. Sada, always. Vimukti sadhakam. Vimukti is liberation. The one who always grants us vimukti, liberation from things that do not benefit us, It means we don't go after things that make us greedy, anger, hatred, etc. Kaladharavatam sakam vilasi loka rakshakam. Kala is digit of moon. Dhara, bearing. The one who is bearing the moon as a garland on his head. Vilasi loka rakshakam. The one who protects the world very easily without much of an effort. Anayakaikanayakam vinashite bhadaityakam. Anayaka is those who do not have any leader, destitutes. Anayaka ekanayakam, the one and only refuge to all the destitutes. Vinashite bhadaityakam. Ibha is elephant. Daitya is Asura, Diti's sons. The one who killed elephant-headed Asura, Gajamukhasura. Nata shubhashu nashakam namamitam vinayakam. Nata ashubha ashu nashakam. Ashubha ashu is inauspicious tendencies, our urges that push us into miseries, something that doesn't bring good to us. Nashakam, such inauspicious tendencies are averted. Namami tam vinayakam, I pray or bow down to that Vinayaka who removes the inauspicious tendencies in me, who is the Nayaka to all the Deenajana, who protects the world, who always has the happiness in his hand. Let's move to the learning part. We're going to talk about Ateetam now. If you know what Ateetam is, you can skip this section by going to the next part of this video. As you see here, there are 8 columns that are highlighted, each representing a beat, a kriya. The right palm is used for counting the beats. It is advisable that you sit cross-legged. If it is difficult, you may sit in a chair and start patting the right palm on your right thigh like this. Keep your fingers straight while counting the beats. 1, 2, 3. We will refer to this, the hitting of right palm on your thigh, as tAlam. For this composition, it's a cycle of 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the cycle repeats, which we call it as Ateetam. Begin the first beat by hitting the right palm facing downwards, like this. And second beat by hitting the right palm facing downwards, but counting it with your little finger. You're still hitting the right palm facing downwards, but you're counting your second beat with your little finger. When you do this, make sure all your fingers are parallel to the ground. Don't do this or like this. Your third beat by tapping your ring finger. So you're still hitting your right palm facing downwards, but you're counting it with your ring finger. So it will be 1, 2, 3. Now, the fourth beat by tapping middle finger. So you're still hitting the right palm facing downwards, but you'll be counting it with your middle finger. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth beat by hitting your right palm facing downwards, just like first beat. Sixth beat by hitting your right palm facing upwards. You're going to turn your palm, face it upwards, and then hit it on your lap, of course. 5, 6. This is a Nishabda Kriya, that is, the sound is not as much as that you get with clapping palm facing downwards. Just observe the sound. So repeat the same on your lap. 5, 6. Seventh beat by hitting the palm facing downwards, like this. And eighth beat by hitting the palm facing upwards, like this. Okay, let's do it together. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For every beat, we're going to sing 3 aksharams. This we call it as Tisra Gati. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can pause and do it by yourself. Gati is a term that denotes how many aksharams are sung in each beat. So if you look at the swara part, ga 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 pa re ga re sa sa, ga ga 2 plus 1, re ga re 1 plus 1 plus 1. The number of aksharams when summed up equals to 3 taken in any beat. That is represented by gati. This is a tisra gati composition. If you look here at the left of the first beat, the song begins even before the first beat starts. So it's like Mudakarata modakam. So you have to sing mu and then start hitting the first beat. This extra part that comes even before the first beat starts or the tAlam starts is called Ateetam. If you're a beginner, totally unaware of these terms, Ateetam, gati, tAlam, it may feel little overwhelming to know all at once, but as you go, this will be very helpful for you to understand the fundamental aspects of Carnatic music and its compositions. So far, we looked at two important aspects here. Number of beats per cycle. The cycle repeats until the end of the composition, which we call as Adithalam. Here we have Adithalam, a cycle of 8 beats. The second aspect is number of aksharams we sing per a beat. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4. In this composition, it is 3 aksharams per beat, which is tisra gati. Of course, we also looked at how to understand the notation. Small letters, capital letters, a comma, semicolon, a letter with a dot above, a letter with a dot below. With these clearly understood, we are ready to learn part 1 of Ganesha Pancharatna stotram. I hope you have done your practice exercises of Hamsadvani Raga. Then we are ready to go. Now, let us sing this swaram carefully, looking at the aksharams sung in each beat. Look at the green highlighted area. Remember, there is Ateetam, so you sing ga and then start hitting the first beat. Ga 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 pa re ga re sa. Sa sa ni pa sa sa re re re. Let's look at the Sahityam. Ga 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 pa Mudakarata modakam re ga re sa 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 ni pa sadavi sa sa mukti re 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 sadhakam. Let's do it in tAlam. Ga 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 pa re ga re sa Mudakarata modakam sa sa ni pa sa sa re 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 sada vimukti sadhakam. Let's do Sahityam one more time. Mudakarata modakam sada vimukti sadhakam. So you have to pay attention to two aspects here. One is the swaras that are being sung in the respective beats of the tAlam. In the first beat, ga 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 pa re ga re sa 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 ni pa sa sa re re re. So you have to respect the gati, singing exactly 3 aksharams per beat and singing Sahityam also accordingly. The second aspect is, because this is a very familiar composition, you may sing it like a song. Mudakarata modakam sada vimukti sadhakam. However, we want you to observe how the tune is built out of the swaras. It is like ga 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 pa. So you have to observe where you are going up and down. Re ga re moda sa sa kam sa sa ni pa. They are straight swaras, but we sing it sa sa ni pa sadavi, like a circle. Sadavi sa sa Vimukti Re Re Sadhakam. This is the essence of classical music. It's a structured learning with swaras. This is the right way of learning a composition. It helps you decode every song that you listen to, understand the swaras, helps you create your own flavor of music. Now, let's repeat the swara and sahitya very slowly. Since this is the first tutorial and some of you might see this kind of notation and listening to terms like tAlam, Ateetam for the first time, we're going a little slower. If you understand this, the next lines are going to be much easier. So the first line is sung twice, like Mudakarat modakam sada vimukti sadhakam. Mudakarat modakam sada vimukti sadhakam kaladhara. After singing Mudakarata Modakam Sada Vimukti Sadhakam line for the second time, then you proceed to the next line, Kaladharavatam Sakam. And when you proceed, observe the last beat here. The first time you sing, it was Re 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 Sadhakam. The second time you sing, it is like Re 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 Ni Sadhakam Ka. That Ka is from Kaladharavatam Sakam. So the Ka aksharam from the second line is brought here. Now this is Ateetam to that line. Alright. So I hope you are thorough with the first line. Now let's move to the next line. Look at the green highlighted area. Ni re ni pa ni re. Kaladharavatam sakam. Riga pariri vilasi loka nirisa rakshakam. If you observe in the 6th and 7th beat, re re, if I have to sing it as straight swara, re re, but I sang it as re re ga re re loka. Also in the 7th beat, ni re, but I sang it as ni re sa ni re sa. So we write a swara, but we usually sing it with a gamaka, with a slide from the adjoining swara based on the context. So these slides we will touch here and there, but it is also for you to observe and see how we are singing differently from a straight swara. You have to observe whether I am singing a straight swara or with a gamaka. Let's repeat the swaram one more time with sahityam. Ni re ni pa ni re. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Kaladharavatam sakam. Riga pariri nirisa vilasi loka rakshakam. Alright. Now let's sing the first 2 lines together. Ga 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 pari gari sa mudakarata modakam sa sa ni pa sa sa ri 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 sada vimukti sadhakam ni ri ni pa ni ri ri ga pari ri ni ri sa kaladharavatam sakam vilasi loka rakshakam. Let's move forward to the third line. Papa ga pa 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 pa. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Anayakai kanayakam. Papa ga pa pa ni sa ni. Vinashite Let's do a little slower to understand the swara level clarity. Papa ga papa anaya. You're coming down. Anaya kaika papa papa pa nayakam papa ga papa vinashite bha nisa daitya nisani daityakam na. You'll be singing na to go to the next line. Let's look at the complete line. Papa ga pa papa 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 ga papa ni sa ni anaya kai kanayakam vinashite bhadaityakam. Alright, we have looked at the Sahityam as well. Now the last line of the first part. Look at the swara. Sa 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 ni pa nata shubhashu. So if you look at the swaras, sa ni pa bhashu is literally, if you have to sing just like the swara, bhashu is like a slide. Saipa nadashu bhashu, it's almost like a curve. Bhasani bhashu nadashu bhashu gapari nashakam rini riga rini risa namamitam vinayakam. Again, nadashu bhashu nasha gapa nashakam. There is a slide. Nashakam rini riga namamitam rini risa rini risani vinayakam. Alright, let's sing the Sahitya one more time. Nadashu bhashu nashakam namamitam vinayakam. Okay. Until now, we have seen each line in detail, the Swaram and Sahityam. Now, let us sing the Swaram and Sahityam of each line in tAlam. Ga 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 pari gari sa 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 ni pa sa sa ri 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 mudakarat modakam sada vimukti sadhakam niri niri nipa niri riga pari ri niri sa kaladharavatam sakam vilasiloka rakshakam papa ga pa papa 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 ga papa ni sani anayakai kanayakam vinashite bhadaityakam sa 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 ni pa ga pari rini riga rini risa nadashu bhashu nashakam namamitam vinayakam. Jaya Ganesha Jaya Ganesha Jaya Ganesha pahi mam. Jaya Ganesha Jaya Ganesha Jaya Ganesha raksha mam. Jaya Ganesha Jaya Ganesha Jaya Ganesha pahi mam. Jaya Ganesha Jaya Ganesha Jaya Ganesha raksha mam. See you in the part 2. Namaskaram.